Hello and welcome, and yes, it is another podcast where two guys talk about anime. I'm one of your hosts, the Brewing Badger.
And I'm Shino.
Say that again?
I am Shino, the other host.
Shino, yes, quite the anime character.
Stop!
Quite the protagonist we have here.
I'm not a protagonist.
Alright, side character then.
I'm not a character in general.
You are in this film, we are.
I guess so.
Anyway, so this is going to be a podcast mostly focused on, of course, anime and basically the anime culture that we have here, you know? And, it wanted to be a bridge between newcomers in anime and, the experienced seasonal anime fan. I mean, we have quite years of experience being fans between us, and mostly because I am significantly older. I was born in the 90s.
Yeah, there's a 10-year gap.
Jeez.
Not meaning to call you old.
But yeah, I was still just a baby.
I
was just a baby whenever, like the cult classics of Cowboy Bebop, Sailor Moon, and Dragon Ball Z were out there, Well, yeah. But I guess, first question is, like, why anime? Like, why anime specifically? I mean, we've had some great cartoons in the good US of A, but, like, why anime attracts us more? So, you want to start off?
I guess for my first, few animes, I guess, it's really weird because it was Pokemon and Bakugan. Okay. I don't know I forgot which one I started with, but I started with one and then found the other, and I went into the rabbit hole from there as I think I was, 10 when I found it. So it was just I just went down the rabbit hole ever since. Then I found Digimon from there.
Digimon, true good show. Change cast every time, not change supporting cast. Ash freaking living forever.
he's eternally 10.
Yeah. Well, anime for me, it was just it was, a window to a whole different culture. I mean, even with, 90s trying to Americanize stuff like Pokemon, where they call rice balls donuts.
Look at these jelly-filled donuts.
Yeah. And then you get stuff like Digimon. I felt like you look at how they dubbed it in the 90s, late 90s. So it felt kind of like they try to keep things a little Americanized. And then you had the Digimon movie, where some of it took place in America, Colorado specifically. And it's just it was just a unique way for me to see a whole different culture.
How did you experience that? Your first initial reaction to Digimon then?
It's how I experienced it is it was just something that would come up on, at the time, Kids WB.
Yeah, right.
At the time, and then Fox Kids. And then
I hear a lot about that.
And then I find it much later in my transition from middle to high school at Jetix.
Oh, okay.
It was those were the platforms that showed anime that how Cartoon Network had Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. After the down of Kids WB and FX. And and Cartoon Network picked those up. Well, then Disney picked up Digimon and Bakugan, actually,
Yeah.
and Beyblade.
That is good.
They picked those up, and again, it's like you see a whole different culture with it, and I just fell in love with the culture and dived deeper into it, and that's how I found shows like Inuyasha that actually showed like took you back in time, literally back in time to the history of Japan. Not really canon history, but it showed you. It kind of give you an in depth, like how you were a kid and you wish you were like you were a knight in the medieval era, or a cowboy.
Right.
So it's like it kind of took you back to something like that, and I like the culture because they also showed stuff that worked well with they showed you like cultures such as spirits or demons, and bedtime stories and how they came to life and how those writers interacted it into their stories.
That's some interesting
So
insight.
it's like for me, it was like it's more like experiencing a whole new culture and just knowing like stuff outside of the American culture, which we're striving for.
Yeah, and I remember like when I started learning about it, I was starting to learn the Japanese words, and I started being a little cringy. I won't lie.
Oh, you're one of those fans.
No, it was when I was a kid. Just when I was a kid.
My statement stands. You're one of those fans.
I
Like,
was.
Let me guess. You prefer subbed over dubbed?
No.
Oh, thank God. Let me tell you, man. Growing up, sub versus dub, it was a battle.
Like I don't really. To be honest, I. You know what? I can just leave this for another episode.
Okay. Like, we got time.
Just.
But anyways, like I loved the characters. I loved the culture that they were in, and the adventures that so many people had weren't so different from like adventures that I would see on like other Saturday morning cartoons like Johnny Quest.
I have watched that as well as Johnny Test. But...
Johnny Quest was better in every way. He had Haji and Bandit.
Samurai Jack.
Samurai Jack, which is American, but also inspired from anime.
Aku.
So I take it Pokemon and Bakugan were like your first animes?
Yes. I just don't remember which one I started with.
Fair enough. So I remember it's like it feels like a fever dream nowadays, but like Digimon might be like the one I was more committed to watching.
Mm-hmm.
It's like every now and then though you stay up late and you catch Toonami and you would see whatever's airing at the time, like Inuyasha being one of them.
I hear good things about that.
Huh?
I hear good things about Inuyasha.
Yeah. I catch Dragon Ball, and I would have like no clue what's going on. You got the guy, the announcer, who is talking about what's happened previously, and then what is going into what the episode was, and I would have like no idea what's going on. And like, who are these guys? Why are they screaming? It's like, and that's Dragon Ball Z. Honestly, it's just I didn't really get onto Dragon Ball Z until much later.
I got into it through GT.
You poor soul.
Because it was playing when it was the Super Saiyan 4 Goku versus Baby scene.
Right.
And like, who is this? And why do I like it?
And for those of you who have not seen GT, Baby is the name of a character, and he's part of like this other alien race. They're basically parasites. Why they chose the name Baby and not change it here in the States, I don't know. It's probably some copyright stuff.
Probably. I'm just...
But it's like, all I know is Akira Toriyama had nothing to do with GT.
Akira Toriyama is the creator of Dragon Ball.
Yeah, Dragon Ball. Which, we can have a whole different segment on that entirely. But like Digimon is something that I remember like considered anime that I liked as a kid, and then you got Yu-Gi-Oh. I got into that one and the card game at the time.
Me too, as well as Duel Links on the phone.
Yeah. It's like, but I just kind of dropped off with it as soon as they started doing Yu-Gi-Oh GX. I don't know how everyone else feels about it, but I just could not get behind the main character.
Couldn't get behind Jaden?
I couldn't get behind Jaden.
Fair enough.
Probably because he was an extrovert and I was an introvert. It's like, no, I can't get behind this guy. I can't get behind this guy. It's like, good game. Like,
I remember like I had like a gap from Yu-Gi-Oh, and then I stumbled upon Yu-Gi-Oh Zexal, and then for some reason I watched that, and then Yu-Gi-Oh 5D. It was all out of order, but I still enjoyed
See, I like 5D more than GX.
The concept of like we're getting off track.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's like those are the ones I grew up like started off with, and which eventually led me to actually like committing, because like at the time you committed yourself to watching Toonami, which was on Saturday nights, and that's when we had Naruto coming in, Bleach coming in, One Piece was bought from. Was moving platforms from 4Kids to Toonami, in which 4Kids would censor things. So, like, when you saw guns, they were cork guns. When you saw cigarettes, they were lollipops. And the voices were so different to me. It was like Sanji the cook.
Yeah.
It's like, he sounded so stuffed up in the 4Kids version. And in Toonami, and like he sounded a little better. But it's like, and that's how it was. It was like the transition just carries on. But it's like but like when I started on Toonami, that's when like the whole Big Three thing started coming into play. And I know a lot of people saying like Dragon Ball is like should be part of the Big Three. One of those need to be taken out. And I was like, I don't disagree with you. But it's like those were the big three that actually like kicked off people's interest into anime. And Dragon Ball Z is like the OG, the true seasonal watchers, seasonal warriors, mind you. That's what they watch. Mm-hmm. But it was those three that brought younger kids, the younger generation, into watching into Toonami before, I don't think Toonami's a thing anymore.
I don't think so. I'm hearing like it's here or not. I don't know anymore.
It should have its own streaming platform, honestly.
Yeah.
But again, it's like from that I watched like my first like what I call more mature animes for teenagers, young adults. And that's where I found Full Metal Alchemist.
That
before Brotherhood.
Okay.
All right. This is early 2000s. Before we got to the double digits. All right. All right. And my first episode that I remember of Full Metal Alchemist was when he met this little girl, where our main characters were staying at this other guy's house with his daughter and a dog.
No. Oh no!
And those of you listening, it's like it's a tragedy. Honestly, it's a tragedy. And like that's what the story really is between these two brothers of the first Full Metal Alchemist animated series. It is one tragedy after another, them coming against odds and rising above it, still keeping their bonds as brothers after everything they have lost. Physically, emotionally.
Everything in between.
Essentially. But they still had the bond of brothers.
When I found it through Brotherhood, but I did find Full Metal Alchemist, the normal one, that I found the music according to it, was caught my eye because I've had a background with choir back when I was in middle and high school, so that caught my eye when I listened to the music and the accompaniment of the anime.
I mean, like, the story, the dubbing, the music were all top notch. I mean, it's like, that was like everyone's anime. That I feel like that's what people loved, made people fall in love with anime. Aside from the big three, aside from Naruto, like Naruto, that's for the younger kid and like people going into preteens, into their teens. Bleach more mature, but like Full Metal Alchemist, feel like that was like your late night drama. And that's why it's my favorite anime of all time. That it goes like Full Metal Alchemist, the 2004 one, then Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood below that one. Mostly because, like, yeah, I'm old. I will like the OG more. It doesn't matter to me that it doesn't follow the manga. To me, that had a better alternate ending for an anime that had to end before the manga, which is for new people a comic essentially. Manga equals comic. Like, to me, that had the better alternate ending than other animes that had to end before the mangas. Because the stakes were already so high, nothing felt rushed. Versus other animes that had to end before the mangas, the stake just suddenly like rose really high.
Yeah, like Black Clover.
Like it spiked. And I'm like, what the heck happened? What is going on?
For me, that goes to Dragon Ball is definitely my favorite anime because of the whole journey. Like the whole inspiration of Journey to the West. I like that as well being a martial artist myself. That kind of tickled the right part of my brain, I guess. But added on to that, I guess Hunter x Hunter is up there as well as My Hero.
Okay. So I do like My Hero. I mean, it comes out as Avengers is, I guess, coming to its end.
Yeah.
And it kind of just like carries on the whole, kind of rise off the cape of the whole superhero aesthetic that, we were getting here in the States, getting near the end of a superhero era, and then this is coming in around that time, which I personally I like it. I know people have mixed feelings about how the manga ended.
Like, I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah, that's a whole different conversation entirely.
I can tell you my opinion when we're not recording, but
no spoiler alerts here.
I'd rather not spoil.
All right, so like I stated before, we want to try to help bridge between newcomers and seasonal watchers. So, is there anything you would recommend a newcomer to watch to kind of get them into anime? People who are interested in the anime, get them into something easy for them to kind of gradually go through.
Depending on your taste, I've been into a rom-com arc recently, so I know.
All right,
but
all right, cheesy love story. Let's go for it, man.
But if you're looking for the essence of a story, you could use Pokemon Journeys, which you can find on Netflix. That's somewhat the end of Ash's journey, but it's a good starting point, so you can bridge off of. It's a good starting and end point. I can tell you that now. So you're able to figure out why do people like Pokemon so much?
The games.
Yeah, outside of the games as well.
It's like, and that's something I would admit between Pokemon and Digimon. To me, Digimon had the better show, but Pokemon had the better game.
Yes, definitely. But what about you, Alex? Wait.
All right, so
Badger, I mean.
my take is that a anime that's not made in Japan but made here in the U.S. And that will be Avatar: The Last Airbender. I feel like it has everything that one would look for in an anime. It has action, comedy, drama, romance. And you get to see each character develop in their own way.
Yes.
A couple in particular. So, for many listeners who probably don't know what Avatar: The Last Airbender is, but you probably know somebody who does and love it. You walk up to that person and you tell them, I want to give Avatar: The Last Airbender a try. You're going to light up their world and prepare to be dragged to either their TV or their phone, or like them to throw up their phone right in front of your face. And it's like, let's do it. Because
binge party, let's go.
Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. You can totally binge the first season. So, let me give you a little background. So, it happens make-believe world, all right? There is a world to it. And it's divided between 4 kingdoms who surround themselves with different elements. Earth, water, fire, air. And people in those kingdoms, some of them, not all, some of them can control those elements. All right? Pretty mystic so far. All right? But every now and then, one nation will decide that it wants to rule the whole world. So in this one, it's the Fire Nation. And usually there is a person who can control all 4 elements, and usually they are the ones who kind of keep the balance between all 4 nations. Well, as the title would suggest, The Last Airbender, Fire Nation attacks the Air Nation and almost completely annihilates the Air Nation, -1, and he just disappears. He doesn't go into hiding, he just disappears. And he reappears 100 years later. The war between the Fire Nation and the rest of the world is still going on, and he has no idea that this war is going on. He thinks everything is the same as he left it. And then he finds the brutal truth of what happened to his people, what's going on in the world, and how much he is needed, how much is dependent on him. And it just kind of weighs in on him. But he's accompanied by 2 siblings who decide, they don't take this upon themselves. They decide that, this kid, he's going to need to be guided. And they go on an adventure the entire world to try to save it. And they learn different things about each nation. And each nation is inspired by different cultures. They are inspired by different cultures. Like the Earth Nation is inspired by, I think, the Chinese culture. Whereas the Water Nation is inspired by, nomad culture, Eskimo culture.
I can see that.
The Eskimo culture. So more northern Native American,
Yeah, I can see
Native Canadian, indigenous culture. There we go. That's probably the better option. And air nomads, probably closer to
like Muslim monks, I think.
I want to say Muslim monks, but Hindu. Hindu
Yeah,
monks.
yeah, I get that.
And Fire Nation, think more Japanese.
Yes.
Think more Japanese. Now, you might be able to find somebody else or some other video where they will disagree with me entirely, but like that's how it is. Like these cultures and even the movements they use to manipulate all the elements is inspired by actual martial art movements. So it's like again, you get to see what I mean whenever I say I watch something because of the how the culture grabs me. This also is a good window into different cultures, and you get to see these different cultures and how they get to interact with these different cultures. And I feel like it's a beautiful show. Great characters, great character development,
Definitely.
and you also get great villains. You get great villains. You know, spoilers. Mark Hamill, Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, and the voice of Joker is the voice for the big bad in this show.
That might have caught the Star Wars fans' eye.
So now we should go into the more seasonal anime goer. Is there anything in the month of July that you are excited for?
Give me one moment.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up too. And here we go. It's like one show that I know comes out is My Dress Up Darling. That's a rom-com.
Yes.
That season 2 is out. We got some glimpse of it, and I'm totally excited. I can't wait for the dub. I can't wait for the dub. It's like my boy, he's back. My boy's back.
With Nadine.
Yeah. I don't care about her. I care about my boy.
I'm just biased because I know the voice actor.
You know the voice actor?
No, not like in that way.
Oh,
but...
okay. I was gonna say personally.
No. I'm saying I've watched her YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. So you've been there for her in the beginning.
I'm not trying to sound parasocial.
So we also got, we personally don't like this show, but it's highly viewed. Dan to Dan season 2 starting out this month.
Yeah.
Which, I like their animation. I just don't like too much of their story and how much they rely on what's the innuendos.
Yeah. I'm trying to be cautious when I talk about that.
Which, if you don't care about it, all to you. But these are high schoolers.
Yes.
To me, the only best character there is the grandma. And if you know, you know.
I'd probably get a lot of pitchforks thrown at me if I said my opinion. So I'll avoid that.
Coward.
Oh, we can make an episode on hot takes.
Anyway.
What caught my eye is Gachikara.
Okay.
It's just the premise is fascinating to me, I guess you could say.
Alright, one that I'm keeping my eye on right now that I think has been received so many glowing reviews right now because I've seen a couple clips of it and I love its animation, the characters. I find a unique take on, good versus evil and perspective on that is, oh man, I'm going to butcher this name, Clevatis.
I had my eyes on that too.
Okay. Do you think I'm saying it right?
I think you are. I don't know.
All right. Well, for viewers who think I'm saying it wrong and have no idea what I'm talking about, so this anime takes place in, of course, a fantasy world. And this demon creature, this demonic beast, in his crusade and weighing lace to all humankind, um, out of just kindness of a stranger, takes in a human baby. He takes in a human baby because the dying mother makes the compelling argument that this baby had no hatred in its heart because does not know demon kind, and she begs this demon beast to take it in, and he does. He wants to learn more about humankind, what makes them tick, and why they're so inferior to him. So he raises the baby, and he learns that he's like physically not able to take care of this baby, so he resurrects a slain hero that he personally himself slain. And he's like, all right, and he's basically telling this human that he resurrected, is like, okay, you work for me now. Get this baby to stop crying.
That I have my eyes on that.
And it's like, I'm looking at the animation, and I like it. It's beautiful. It might be on par with Solo Leveling. I know it might be blasphemy for me to say, but it is something that I think we can look forward to good things in the future. Let's see, what else is out right now that I'm looking forward to. I think Fire Force Season 3 is continuing. And Fire Force is adventure anime. So take firefighters, but they fight fires that are demons. So essentially, you're literally fighting the fire here.
Literally fighting fire with fire.
Yeah, essentially. So take that as it's worth.
Kaiju number 8, season 2.
Ah, yes. I hear good things about that one. That one, I'm quite interested in because it's one of the few action animes that I think is focused on adults, where it's not just like kids who have to be thrown into the mix.
Yeah,
and these are adults. Like so many, you got these like kids who are like thrown into the mix. Either they have supernatural powers thrust into them, or they're on their way to becoming Hokage. But like,
believe it. Sorry.
But like Kaiju number 8, I feel like has a very unique take to it because you kind of got the similar story of Attack on Titan and My Hero Academia, but it's not following a kid who's rising to an adult. This is an adult who has these kaiju powers, which, those of you who don't know, kaijus are giant monsters. Think Godzilla. There you go.
Godzilla's a kaiju.
Yes, he is. There's no debate on that. That's what he is. Let's see, what else is...
I see Roscoe Doesn't Dream of Santa Claus. It looks like a sequel of...
Yeah, it's Roscoe a sequel of the other one. That's another romantic comedy drama.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are into that one, it's like they're all almost the same.
Yeah.
Some are funny, some are just great backgrounds noise for you. I mean, if you're into that, you're into that. No judgment here.
Let's see. There's a season 2 of the vending machine isekai.
Yeah, that's just... I can't believe that one got a season 2. If you're a fan of it, I'm sorry. But I do not see I could not get past episode 1. I was that bored. Usually I can't get past the first episode is because of how cringy or how obscene it was. Like, I have my own limit. Or like that one was just like, so this guy dies by being crushed by a vending machine. And so he's reincarnated into a fantasy world as a vending machine. How to say F you without saying F you. I don't know what this character did to the Arthur.
Arthur?
The author? But there's no saving him. Let's see. Sakamoto Days.
That one.
Part 2.
I hear good things about that.
I mean, you got John Wick. You got a John Wick character coming out of retirement. Not coming out of retirement. Trying to retire.
But people are not letting him.
I mean, it's just John Wick and Jason Bourne if they decided to run a shop.
Basically.
That's what it is.
That's
what
basically
it is. Like, you like that, and you're like, there you go. That's what it is. I think those are like the big ones that have come out. At least those are the ones I'm looking forward to in July. If you guys have any suggestions that we should look at that we haven't mentioned for July, put them in the comments. If there's an anime that we haven't talked about, that was your first, put those in the comments too. We would love to hear from y'all. And us putting it on YouTube right now is the best we can do right now. We're not looking to do this as a live stream anytime soon.
Definitely not.
We are both busy with work. But we kind of do this as a way to kind of just extend our hand to the anime community, especially to people who are just like too busy to even consider what to watch and just, hit random and hope for the best. Because let me tell you, I know. I hit random, man. It's like, I hope for the best. And it's a hit or miss. But yeah. Thank you guys for listening in on us. And hopefully we get an episode 2 up and running. So this is Brood Badger.
This is Shino.
The anime protagonist of our show.
I'm not an anime protagonist, I swear.
And hope to hear from y'all soon. Have a good day.